All right, guys, what is going on? Back with another video, and today I have a question for you guys that I want to discuss. If you've seen the title of the video or if you've seen the ticker at the bottom, you know what time it is. Hopefully you guys will give me some feedback because I got a good bit to discuss on this. Something that's been on my mind for the past week or so, and I really, just been thinking about it. I didn't want to really talk about it just yet until I really got my bearings together and really wanted to discuss this. So I really think this is going to be a pretty good discussion. Hopefully you guys will give me some feedback. Is there anything else to explore in retro gaming? And I just wonder about that because I look at everything, I would say I could even say from the 6th generation, the original Xbox, PS2, GameCube, even the Dreamcast on down. It looks like everything has been explored on what these consoles and these games can do. You can add the PS3, the Wii, and Xbox 360 into this. It's right on the cusp, and I really don't want to add those in just yet, but they're close. They're getting really close because 2 generations, behind, you really start thinking is that retro. So that 2-generation rule that I like to talk about, but it's really close. I'm starting to think there's nothing else to really, explore or discover when it comes to these older consoles. Don't get me wrong, I love these consoles. I love everything from, the 6th generation on down. I mean, it's, I love them. I mean, I collect for them and I like, playing them to this day. But I was just thinking, like, when I look at other content creators and everything that people make out of these things, out of these consoles or these games, it's not much else to talk about. I look at certain things where people are talking about like the new Sega Genesis Mini 2 or Sega Genesis 2 Mini or whatever you want to call it. And people are playing with Evercades and all these type of things. They're playing with all these other things to expand on where you could play these games outside of the original console. And I felt this way too, that I've explored so many angles of playing a Nintendo or Super Nintendo or Sega Saturn or PlayStation 1. I bought all the mini consoles and when I look back, all I want to do is go back and play on the original hardware. And it's not like me being elitist or saying that's the best way. It's just for me, that's just where I feel comfortable playing these consoles. I mean, if you see my earlier videos, I didn't have the setup behind me where I had all my consoles there, but now I just feel comfortable having those there and playing those games on that platform and in that fashion, sitting on the couch right here and just playing on my huge CRT, CRT, well, I guess you call it a television. I feel right at home playing that way compared to when I was playing on the mini or I was playing on, I have all the games on the emulator on RetroPie, not RetroPie, but RetroArch, and I play them on there. I got the minis downstairs. Like when I don't feel like being up here, I play with the minis, but it just don't feel right when I play those games for some reason. Even like with the newer consoles, I feel more better playing them on what they're intended for. Like my PS5, my Xbox One, my Xbox Series, all those are over here on there. And it just feels more comfortable that way. And I look at all the other content creators, they're still trying to find games that are new or some gems or whatever. And I don't knock it. I mean, I think it's great, but it's like, where is there an instance where this like gets a ceiling? Is there a ceiling for it? Is it to a point where, okay, we found pretty much every game that is great on these consoles from back in the day. We celebrated this for, look, we've been celebrating this for at least, I know for certain, at least 10 years now, since like 2011, 2012. We've been celebrating this hobby of actually collecting for consoles and playing the games and learning, games that we may not have known about when we were younger. But after 10 years of looking at all of this stuff, what is there else to really say or see or say that, oh, this is the next thing that we need to discuss when it comes to the Genesis, or this is the next thing that we need to cover when it comes to the PlayStation 1. Oh, did you hear about this Saturn game? Like, I know, like, all of these consoles have been, covered extensively on a lot of platforms. And to me, it's like, I don't know where to go with it. Now, for me, I like to talk about gaming in general, where it comes from the past or the future, just to bring up an area where you can think about the games itself. I bring like I try to bring an area where we can have a discussion and not like point like, oh, look at me, look at this, look what I found. No, I want to bring a discussion. This is why topics like this like to come to the forefront. It's one of the reasons why VFcast is the way they are, where it is, because I want to bring a discussion. And when I do go live or I play a game that's live or whatever, I actually could sit back and talk to you guys in a manner where it's more, just a casual talk. Because I look at a lot of guys, like a lot of people that are in this space that's in the retro gaming space, it seems like it's starting to get really dry when talking about certain things. And I'm not saying it shouldn't be that way. It's just that I just think for something in the sense, I think we pretty much reached a cap. Now, before I get out of here, I want to ask, where do we go from here? Honestly, I feel like there's so many games. I think we can continue to not necessarily recycle the things that we are doing. I think there's a lot of people out here with really good intentions and good ideas to continue the conversation on why retro gaming is so good. Like I said, the PS3 and the Xbox 360 and the Wii is getting on that cusp where that's going to become retro. And there's a lot of games on those three systems that people may not know about. I think more of the Wii is a little bit more of an anomaly, because there's a lot of stuff on the Wii that people just did not touch. The 360 and the PS3 are starting to get that exposure. I mean, I've been talking about it for the last, 6 to 8 months. You may want to try to get a PS3 like right away. You know what I mean? Get one right away, because before you know it, those are going to be the next ones that people are going to try to get and try to salvage or try to collect for. Now, I think there's a lot of software and there's a lot of games and there's a lot of consoles out there. It may be a little bit easier to pick up for those two, but be in mind, the PS3 and the Xbox 360 are known for hardware failures. So you might want to look into which one you want to get and hold on to it, because I had to replace my Xbox 360 not too long ago because my Xbox 360, the original one, was starting to, go bad. And you already know the problems with the PS3. If you don't watch it, you can have an issue with those as well. Even though they're pretty sturdy, but they have their issues too. But I think that's where the next phase is going. It's going to be another ceiling where the next generation, that 7th generation, where these games are going to start being beloved and talked about. I know there's some people with the world of, content creating. There's a lot of people who's already ahead of the curve. There's some content creators out here that are doing a really good job of talking about the 7th generation already. And it's just a phenomenal thing at the end of the day, because we all know there's a big passion for playing video games. It's a really big passion for it, and I love every bit of it. I want to continue to have that passion, but I just don't want the content creation become stale because people don't feel that there's not much to explore. It looks that way because a lot of people are still holding on to, I guess, what they're good at when it comes to content creating, and I think that's a great thing if you continue to do so. I'm just afraid that a lot of us could become redundant when we do it. I was a fan. I was really big on that when I was doing the sports stuff. I became very redundant, and it doesn't necessarily lead to YouTube success, but I honestly feel more comfortable with myself putting out that kind of product where I feel it's always something different. It's always going to be something, changing. It's always going to be something that's be worth talking about. And I think that's the most important thing. I think all of us as content creators, and I'm not the gatekeeper or anything, but I think one thing about content creators that keeps them, going and keep them motivated, and in some cases successful, is the fact that they're continuously bringing out new ideas. Once you start getting to that area where you're just making the same stuff over and over again, I think people will start to get, hip to it and kind of fall off. They may still be subbed, but the views might not be there, whatever the case may be. I know as a viewer, that's what I do. If I see something that seems like it's very redundant, I can't really watch it that much anymore. I need something to continue to keep me engaged. I think I said that right. I need something to continue to keep me engaged. And hopefully with this channel, I'm able to do so. Let me know what you guys think. Right now, I am about to, I'm going to start posting. I'll probably post on later on today onto my locals channel. If you haven't seen the locals, I have it's VF Baller Sports and Gaming.locals.com. That link will be down in the description. I'll probably just continue the discussion over there. Give you another you know, just give another type of perspective or whatever the case may be on this topic, or I may even jump over to another topic. So I would advise. I didn't say I would advise, but I hope you guys will go over there and actually, join me over there at Locals. That'd be awesome. I'll be putting a lot of content over there that don't make it to this channel or my other channel, and I just thank you guys for the support. And it's awesome. I really, really appreciate it. And I don't know what else to say, but just continue to watch, because when you guys watch, you guys come through, it motivates me. When people decide to subscribe, it motivates me to continue to do what I do. And I really enjoy this. I really, really do. So I will see you guys on the next one. Hopefully I'll see you guys over there on the Locals. I'll probably be live streaming or doing something like that later on today. And I may come back after that and live stream over here on a game tonight. So I'll give you guys a heads up on what's going on with that. All right, y'all. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys for watching. You guys take it easy. You guys be blessed. Peace.